Hey everybody, and welcome to another Cricut craft tutorial. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It's totally free. Just hit that big red subscribe button. I put out new videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays with the occasional bonus live video. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to use some faux leather to make these really fun key fob chains. These are a great way to use faux leather. You can add HTV to them. You can really make them fun and personal. These make great, simple, inexpensive gifts for your friends and family. And I will link below where you can get this faux leather. I absolutely love it. It's high quality and really, really pretty. It comes in a ton of colors. I've got just a few here to show you really quick. We've got some really beautiful colors. There's some blues and pinks, a really beautiful light blue, rose gold, which is so pretty and so popular. We have some purple. I love the printed ones. This is one of their animal prints. I love it. I think it's so cute. And then they also have it in a whiter version. This one is hard to see, but I love it. It has stars on it. It's hard to see from a distance, but up close it's beautiful. We have some really beautiful scroll work black, and then that same pattern in gold. And then we have a more traditional look leather that looks just like real leather in brown and gray. We also have this really beautiful rainbow sparkle glittery faux leather. Now this one you shouldn't iron on, but this still would make a beautiful keychain or key fob. And then we also have some black, some gray, and some white pearly colored ones. These are beautiful. Like I said, these are great to work with. What I like is that they're very consistent across the board. So once you figure out how to cut the material, they're all going to cut the same, which makes it super easy to use. And they're pretty inexpensive, which I also like. Don't forget to use the code GET5 at the website listed down below to save an additional 5% on your order. Let's go over to Design Space, and I'm going to show you how to set up how to make these keychains. The first thing in Design Space is to get out a shape. We're going to just use the square from Design Space, and you can find all your shapes over on the left-hand side. Once you've opened up your square, you want to use the unlock button in the lower left-hand corner, and then you can change the size of your shape, and it will change based on the dimensions at the top. Our key ring is about 1 inch wide, so we want to make our rectangle just slightly under 1 inch. I do 0.95, and then you can make it as long as 11.5 inches on these sheets, but you need to remember that whatever length you make it, it's going to be half as long as that is going to be for your key fob part. So I usually do about 8 inches. 4 inches is pretty good length for the loop on the leather. But you can make them any length that you would like to, so it doesn't matter. It's up to you, whatever you choose to do. Now we are going to put some HTV on this, so we're just going to use some simple shapes. I'm just going to use some stars because I think that would be really, really cute and easy to do. So just go right back over to your shapes, and you're going to open up a star. And we're going to use the align versions and things like that in order to get these stars to look exactly how we want them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of my star so that it's easier to see on the screen what it's going to look like. And then I'm going to place it over my leather strap so that I can size it to the size that I would like it to be. You want to leave some space at the top and the bottom for where your key fob hardware is going to be. You don't want that to cover up your HTV. I'm going to duplicate my stars a couple of times and then just sort of place them onto our leather strap just to get an idea of about how many I can fit with the size that I have made. You can do any shape, you can do a name, any kind of design that really speaks to you. It's all up to you and how you want to do it. So we're going to get all of our stars placed. Once I have all the stars that I think will fit on to my design, I'm going to select each of the stars by holding Control on my keyboard and clicking each one. You're going to go up to the align option, and there is one that says distribute evenly, and you have vertically or horizontally. I chose vertically, and then I want to center them all so that they're evenly spaced up and down and they are all centered. Then I'm just going to move them around a little bit on the leather strap just to make sure that they do look like they fit really well. I think that looks pretty good. They don't look misaligned. So go ahead, select all of them and attach them. That way when you cut them, they all stay the same distance apart. So when you place it on to your leather strap, you're not having to space them out yourself and make sure everything is centered and even. Now you can move your leather strap out of the way and you see you have your two pieces. Your leather piece is the gray, and then the stars are going to be your HTV. Once you click Make It, you'll see that you have your leather strap and you have your HTV. Make sure that everything looks like it's set up really well. I always move my leather strap over just a little bit because of where my machine wants to cut. I have a space on my leather that isn't used. So I was trying to move it so that I could save some leather, but I just trimmed my leather, so it's fine. But you can totally move things on your mat. Now what you're going to do is choose your setting. Always do a test cut, but I've already test cut and I know that mine cuts best on shimmer leather setting. But here are some of your leather settings, but you do want to just try and see what works best for you. We're going to use a fabric grip mat for our design, and we're going to use this beautiful white faux leather. I will link my leather down below. One thing I like to do when I do a project is I will take my mat and slide it under my machine so just a little bit of it sticking out beyond the door. Then I can take my material, and I don't have to try to stick the entire piece of material down. I can just stick the top edge down and then pull my mat out as I press my material down. You want to make sure that your faux leather is well stuck down and you're using a nice sticky mat, and go ahead and load your mat. Because we're cutting a different set of material, we need to make sure to change our material setting. So just click where it tells you what material you have it set to, and you can easily change your setting. So we're going to cut this, it's a glitter HTV, so we want to make sure that we cut this on the correct setting. I cut this on glitter vinyl with more pressure. Don't quote me on that. This didn't record the audio, so I'm voiceovering. But yes, I cut it on glitter vinyl with more pressure, and it works great. So once you've set that, you want to make sure that you do have the correct blade in case you use the rotary blade on your faux leather, and then you can cut out your HTV. We're going to go ahead and load our glitter HTV. And this is just going to cut some stars, so it should cut pretty quickly. I love the glitter HTV against these faux leather sheets. They look so pretty. So let's go ahead and let this cut out. We're ready to press our little design onto our leather. So all I've done is lined up my stars where I want them. And I'm going to use this Teflon sheet both to protect my surface from the heat and then also to protect my leather. So I can see where my leather is through my mat here, my little Teflon sheet. So all I'm going to do is place my Easy Press Mini, which I have set to the second setting, and I'm just going to press, and I'm just going to try to press about 2 stars at a time. And I'm not pressing super long, but I am giving it quite a bit of pressure. And then I just want to make sure that everything is stuck. You don't want to move this around like you would an iron. You want to press it down and then just press straight down. That should be good enough. This is actually really nice because it does really like to stick to the leather. And then all you have to do is peel off your backing and you have your stars stuck to your leather. Look how fun. And you could do a name, you could do any kind of design you want, but I just decided to go with stars. So we're going to move this off to the side. We don't need that right now. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the Easy Press Mini. And the next thing that we're going to do is apply our hardware. So I'm going to zoom you guys in quite a bit so you guys can see this a lot better. This is the hardware. It's really easy. I got this from Amazon. It was just, I think, maybe $15 or so for a huge set of these. They come in a couple colors. They've got silver, and then there's like a brushed bronzy kind, and then there's black. So what you'll need to do is take your faux leather and fold it in half like this. Line up the top and the bottom and line up the sides. So you want to just make sure everything is well lined up. That looks good. And then what I'm going to do is slide this into the tool that comes with the project. So it comes with all of the little pieces, parts that you need, and comes with the hardware. So all I do is I lay this flat on the table and then I slide this in. You want to make sure that it is fairly secure in there. The little ring should fit to the side. If it's not, you can kind of finagle it around, but you want to just shove that in so it's good and tight. Pick up your claw thingy. I don't know what I guess it's kind of like pliers. And you're going to insert, and it's hard to see, but you're going to insert your leather into your hardware, and you want to make sure that it is even on both sides. Looks pretty good. So you want to make sure it's not sticking out anywhere. Make sure it's still held together. And then you just want to close your clamp, which I'm going to zoom you guys out a little bit for this part because I don't want to miss this, and it's a little tight. So let's zoom you out a little bit. That way you guys won't miss anything. So again, and you could always, if it makes you feel better, you could put a little dab of hot glue or something here to hold it together before you clamp it together just to make it easier, but I'm okay. I should be fine just to hold it. So again, it's in your clamp. You're going to put this in so that you're going in like this. You want to go in between the metal, making sure that none of your leather is sticking out. And then make sure your fingers are out of the way. And this is just a part that takes a little bit of practice and a little bit of finagling. And then all you're going to do is just squeeze your clamp together. Squeeze it super hard. Let's give it a good squeeze. And then you can release. And your keychain is done. They have these little grippy things. I don't know how you guys can see that. Let's see. Do you see those little holes? Those actually clamp together and they stab through your leather so that it holds it really, really tight. I wouldn't use these to hold anything super heavy on, but they're great for keys or other things, and they just add like a really cute little fun keychain. These are so easy to do. They only take a couple minutes, and you can really personalize them any way that you want. And you can, like I said, you can make them short, you can make them long. I have one that I did at a 10-inch total, so it's about 5 inches of a loop. And then this one is the 8-inch, which is about 4 inches of loop. So you can see you can make them pretty big or small, and you can make them even smaller than this if you would like to. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments down below. I'm always happy to answer those for you. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos on Wednesdays and Saturdays with the occasional bonus live video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. It's completely free to subscribe, and it helps support my channel, so I really do appreciate any time you guys can subscribe. I hope you guys had so much fun learning another way to use faux leather. I will have links for everything down in the description box down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and happy crafting!